Your life becomes unstoppable when your will becomes obedient. Family, today we arrive at the climax of this journey, and I need to make something very clear right from the start. Obedience to the Father has nothing to do with the law of Moses. It's not about rules, it's not about religion, it's not about legalism. Obedience is about fulfilling the will of God for your life. Jesus said in Matthew 7 and 21, "Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven." Kingdom living is not about what you say, it's about what you surrender to. God's will is what makes obedience possible. The obedience is simple, your desire to fulfill what the Father designed you for. That's where life changes. Because here's the truth most people miss: hope and prayer without experience will eventually leave you empty. You start saying, I believe, and you're trying to force faith with words while still leaning on the world to feel secure. But when you obey the Father, when you surrender your direction to His will, you don't just believe, you experience. And once you experience the Father, faith multiplies, confidence grows, peace settles in, fear disappears. Romans 8 and 14 says, "For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God." Obedience is not bondage. Obedience is sonship. It's saying, Father, I trust you more than I trust myself. Father, I lay down my plans to walk in yours. Father, your will is my greatest desire. And hear this clearly, family. The best life you could ever live, the fullest life you could ever experience, the most powerful life you could ever walk in is the life God designed for you before you were born. You don't improve on God's design. You don't outgrow God's purpose. You don't find peace outside of God's will. You find life there. Psalms 143 and 10 says, "Teach me to do your will, for you are my God." Now that's the prayer of alignment. That's the prayer of obedience. That's the prayer of kingdom living. And this is the revelation that brings everything together. Your life becomes unstoppable when your will becomes obedient. Not obedient to rules, obedient to purpose, obedient to calling, obedient to the Father's design. So today, make this your declaration. Father, I surrender my will to yours. Lead me into the life you created for me. I don't want my plan. I want your purpose. Teach me to walk in your will. Amen. Now, family, this week wasn't about motivation. It was about alignment. And alignment leads to experience. Experience builds faith. And faith unlocks kingdom living. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Now go and live aligned. Amen.